The White House is pulling money from public radio and television. President Trump signed an executive order last night to cut federal funds for NPR and PBS. News 10 NBC's Haley Higgins joins us live now outside public radio WXXI on State Street here in Rochester. Haley, walk us through how we could feel this in our local public media.
Well, Emily, I want to show you this, which is every source of income WXXI had last year. Now, WXXI here and City Magazine and the Little Theater are all nonprofits affiliated with PBS. Now, every year, PBS says you paid about $1.40 to help keep the lights on at places like this all across the country. But last night, that funding was cut. Here in Rochester, that funding amounted to $2.1 million for WXXI, according to these documents. Now, that's out of their budget of about $12.9 million. The funding line is complicated, but about $500 million was set to go from Congress to public media this year. PBS says those federal dollars make up about 15% of their revenue. And that money comes down to the member stations like WXXI, where it's about the same piece of their funding pie. Now, the funding cuts have been a worry for public media and other nonprofits for a while now. WXXI's had a webpage up defending their work, saying, quote, "It's not just another channel, it's a lifeline for our communities." PBS in particular is known for its educational kids TV shows. WXXI continues that goal with in-person events targeting preschool-aged kids. And you can even see here behind me, they have that banner showing that they run that content. Now, that, of course, is one initiative from a group that's all over the arts and culture and educational scene in our area. Well, we're going to see how this might affect the film festivals and the free city magazines you see around the area as well. But the federal perspective is that neither PBS nor NPR, quote, provide fair, accurate, or unbiased portrayals of current events. So the feds say they're not getting taxpayer dollars anymore. Live outside WXXI, Haley Higgins, News 10 NBC Today.
Okay, Haley, thank you. So you broke down the local impact, but what about the federal impact? How much money will this save the federal government?
Well, when we're talking about numbers as big as the federal budget, $500 million sounds like a lot of money, but it can be really hard to wrap your head around these huge numbers. The Treasury said it spent $6.75 trillion last year. That's trillion with a T. Now, this cut was around $535 million to get specific. That's a drop in the bucket, or a fraction of a percent. To give you a specific percent, it would be 0.007. So it's relatively small.
All right, Haley, thank you very much.